Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Julie with Bookshelf by Julie. Today we're working on our envelope journals and our waterfall journals. So we've got a lot on my desk again. It seems to happen with this project, okay? But I've got a freebie. Now, you know, it's a freebie, okay? It's very like this envelope that's in the kit, only it's not an envelope. It's a journal cover. It's this. It's got a little piggy on the back. The envelope in the kit doesn't have that. Anyway. And it's got our notes little plaque from our pink envelope, right? I don't know. I just put it together because I wanted something to go with the project I'm doing today. So, and on the inside I printed that lined page. That's a freebie. So, if you've got any of my kits, you probably already have that one. So, just saying. This is what we're going to be making today. We made this before already, okay? This is what we're making today. I didn't make it as an extra pocket. I thought that's a little bit much because, you know, we don't want our journal to get super duper thick, right? But yeah, this is what we're making today. Isn't that pretty? Well, let me show you what it does. It's really cute. It's got a pocket here, of course. I've got one of my paper dolls. I put a paper clip behind her. So, yeah, got one of those there. Sort of my opening tab, right? In my little mind. Okay, so, made a big pocket here, and that's where our little notebook goes. Right in there. We have a stacked image pocket so that we don't lose any of the pretty. So if the notebook's not in there, you've got all of it, you know. This is, as I said, you can use these as a belly band or as a bookmark. And in this occasion, it's a bookmark. And I put this one in. We've got a little small pocket down here, okay? And these are, pull it down a little bit. These are photo flips. For the, you know, that. And there's plenty of space here to write or add another picture in. This is space available here for 8 photos. Now, I added them. You don't have to do that. But I thought if I put something in this little pocket down here, then I've got something to hold my flips down. And, you know, it's cute. It's cute, right? And I put this little closure on the back so it just wraps around and closes up. All right, so that's what we're making today. Super cute, right? I think it is. Also, we're working in this one, and I decided to, we did that already. I decided to put one of our Friday freebies back here so that it's a big pocket. And we got our pocket full of kids. I haven't put anything inside the envelope yet, but there's space available there to do that. So let's do this first and get this out of the way, and then we'll get on to our big project, okay? So we're going to put this, it'll just be a big pocket on the page, and just super cute, right? I'm loving this. It's super simple, right? And just so easy. So, yeah. Super. And you know, I forgot my glue gun. I'll be right back. Okay, I found it. So let's get this in here real quick, and then we'll get on to our big project. I've got a whole lot of my stuff prepped for the big project, because, you know, and if you hear the lawnmower going, that's just the people outside doing the yard work. Okay, so hopefully it won't be too noisy. Okay, here we go. Get this just flat down, you know. Now you can make it sideways. You can put it anywhere you want on the page. It's just a super simple, fun thing to add in, and you know, it's pretty. So yeah. It is. Okay, so I'm going to kind of center-ish it here, leaving a little bit extra room over here because, as I said before, that's what we call in the book world a gutter. We don't want to get into the gutter because it would, yeah, it would just inhibit when you're sewing the signature together. It would be in the way over there. So kind of allow for at least 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Don't go there, you know, just don't go in there. I like to work on a signature before I put it into a, you know, because just better that way. To me. Okay, so we've got that one done. Oh, we got to put this in there. Do be careful when you first put something down because, you know, you don't want to get that close to the edges, especially the bottom. Could have some wet glue or something, you know. So just leave it kind of a little bit up and away. Okay, I'm going to put these to the side somewhere so that I don't have a craft lunch and such. Okay, now here we go. Yep, this is the page we're working on, and that's what we're going to make for this. Okay, so what I'm using now, mine is opening this way because I wanted it to. You can make it open the other way, but for me, I thought it would be better to open this way. And you can make it a pocket. I thought that would be a little bit bulky-ish, so I'm not going to do that. I've got this already taped, so let's go ahead and mat this on. Just in case you need to see a matting situation. This is a matting situation, right? It's it can be a little bit tricky to mat something on. Now I'm keeping a very, very small edge around it, but I do want an edge, you know. You can make that as big or as small as you want it to be. With mine, I'm using a full page of the lightweight cardstock. It's a 110 pound, but also you could use scrapbook paper or whatever. You can, you know, I'm just using white because the envelopes are white. You can use whatever you're using, okay? So, I want to put this on here like this. I did cut, I think, about 1/4 of an inch off once I folded it up because can't talk and place a mat at the same time. It's a little hinky. Okay, so I didn't want to get too far into over here, if that makes sense. So I wanted to make sure I was staying away from the over here in the gutter again. Don't want to be, you know, making a mess there. If you get too close, it can mess up your folding, right? Okay. Yep. So yeah, just I folded it together in half, right? And then I placed it on there to see how big it was and if I needed to adjust. And I thought, you know, it wouldn't hurt to cut just a little bit of that off. So I did. And to me, it fits fairly good doing that. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, let me give this a good roll. Make sure we've got everything stuck down really good. Okay. Now, all right. Glue on my hands. All right. So this is just, to me, the back is going to go flat down. Okay. Not making a pocket, nothing like that. This way I can kind of center it on the page and it fits the way I wanted it to fit. Okay. So now we're going to do our other things. If I can get some stuff out of my way. Okay, we won't need that for a while, you know. Okay. Let's see, we've got stuff here. We've got our little cowboys and a little horse, and that's going to be, you know, they're paper clips. This is what goes behind. Some little journal cards to go in the pockets. That's our pocket we're going to make. This is our outside pocket. That's our inside pocket. Hopefully it's going to fit our, yeah, it will. You know, best laid plans of, you know. So these are our freebie bookmark, belly band, you know, that kind of thing. We gave that freebie the other day. So, and these are our flips. I've already got them made. They're, I got it wrote down somewhere. They are 4.5 by 5, and then you score 1/2 inch on the top, right? You don't have to mat them. I did, because, and then the inside mat is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square-ish, as much as you can square it. So that's pretty simple there, okay? All right, let's see. Before I forget this, because, you know, I can forget things. Okay. I'm going to just kind of give it this kind of that, because, you know, it works your paper and it gets it ready to be a little bit roundy-ish, rounder-ish, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and see where I want this to be. I want it to be there because it's not covering up the little pony. It kind of covers up the flowers, but we can work around that. Okay, so there-ish, not too close in, because you want to give room for this to be able to expand, because it will. From where it is now, it's really going to expand, okay? So I'm going to put a little bit of, yep, this. I'll put some tape on there. All right, just a little bit. And you want it on the inside for now because, yeah, that's the part that's going to be against the back, right? Okay, because we want to attach this, or I do. I want to attach it so I don't forget it, because, yeah, I'm really good at doing that, forgetting to do something, and I think, oh, okay, well, I can fix it later. And I do, but, you know, it's a thing. If you can remember to do it beforehand, you know. Okay, so I want this to be here. I'm trying to show you and not be too fumbly fingers in there. I'm giving myself room. See, don't squish it down real flat, because you want to give yourself some room, because this is going to expand quite a bit as we go forward. It's going to, because we're going to put our flips here and our little pocket there, our other pocket there, you know, the whole thing. Okay, now make sure we've got all that taken care of. Excuse me, I've had a little bit of a cold lately, and that kind of messes things up. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so now I won't forget that. We're going to put this pocket on so I don't forget that. I don't want to forget. So there we go. All right. But yeah, it's really cute. You put it together. It's a powerhouse little element. And if you wanted to mat the back, you could, and then just give it as a Happy Mail or something. I mean, you could, you know. Then just line up your stacked image, because that's what this is a stacked image pocket, right? Get it straight-ish and line it up. And yeah, there you go. Then that'll be where our notebook sits, but we're not going to put it in yet, because we've got to put the flips in, and we've got to get this ready to put in there flat down. You don't want to put your extra stuff in in your pockets until you get it flat down on your page. What I'm trying to say. Yep, that's what I'm trying to say. So now you can pick any pages you want to use for this. I just picked, I don't know, I picked stuff I thought would be cute, but I think the whole thing's cute, so there you go. Now, okay, we got that pocket in there, and it can be getting used to itself. We're going to put this down. Now these I didn't do fussy cutting around like I did on the other pages. I just cut them straight across. It's a thing, right? it's a thing. So I'll cut them straight across. And yep, this is just an easy way to put a lot of things in a place. And you have to, when you're doing that, you have to think about how you want to not get it too bulky, okay? Because that can be a problem. Line up your pony legs and your donkey legs and all the legs if you're using this one. So yeah, just think about how you want to put a little something here and a little something there, but not get too bulky, because when you put this in a journal, you're adding a lot of things into it. And it can get bulky. Give that a good roll around here. Okay. Okay. Now we're all pocketed except for that one little one we've got to make. I saved that out because, okay, the lawnmower's getting a little loud. I'm going to take a little break and we'll come back and finish this in a minute. Well, it'll be just a half second for you guys. Hold on a sec. Okay, they're further away now, so we'll try to get this done. Okay, so on this, I have a strip of paper, 6 by 2, all right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna score 1/2 inch for the bottom and for the sides. Super simple and easy to make a gusseted pocket, right? 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and then pick which one you want for your bottom. Okay, yeah, so it's just that easy to make a gusseted pocket. And fold it in and give it a good press down. So yeah, if you're really new to paper crafting, I've got a beginner basic series that's on my channel, and you can watch those videos and you'll get a lot of insights into all these things. I wanted to make it super simple and easy so that anybody could do it. So there's that. Yeah. So it used to be a sort of guarded secret. Oh, you can only learn this if you go take a class for whatever bajillion dollars or something. I don't know. Anyways, I try to make mine easy, and my tutorials are hopefully easy to where people can just, you know, have fun and enjoy paper crafting. Okay. I never went and took their classes. I just figured it out myself. You can do that. I mean, you really can. Let's see. I need a piece of, yep, I need this. Is this long enough? It is. Okay. Because I'm going to put a little bit of, you need a little bit of strength. If you want to put lace, if you want to put any kind of trim, if you want to put some masking tape, I mean, whatever your style is, put something around, put something across the top so that you can strengthen that edge, right? Okay. So we've got us a little gusseted pocket, and we're going to go ahead and turn this over and trim that off. Because, yep. Okay, now let's put some tape on that thing. Oh, I got to reorganize my desk. I really do. You shouldn't have a craft-a-lanch if you move. Okay? Oh, they're coming back. Oh, wow. Shouldn't be too long. I looked out the window. It's really cut up close to the house, so I don't know why they're there. Okay. I mean, I'm not complaining. And I understand why they want to do, you know, do their yard work early in the morning because it's hot, you know. So, yeah, I understand. It's just, I like to do my videos early in the morning. And, you know, because that's just how I roll. I like the winter time. I do. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put this pocket down here. Let me see at the other one. How far down I put it. I think I put it pretty far down. Yep, pretty far down. Yeah. Okay, we're putting it all the way down here because pretty sure I put the flips in first, but okay. We're just gonna roll with this because that's the way I'm doing it this time. Speaking of rolling, okay. All right. I'm trying to get all the pockets in before I do the flips. I don't know if you noticed that, but that's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Yep. Now, depending on what size little folio you're making, just make your pocket to fit that. If you're doing this the way I'm doing it, with the whole piece of paper, cutting off 1/4 of an inch, then this will probably work for you. But if not, just, you know, hold your paper up there and measure how wide you want your pocket, and then add an inch so you can make your 1/2 inch your 1/2 inch gussets, right? So that's how you do that. Just hold your paper up there. You want it to be that wide, then add an inch. It's easy. Okay, now we've got all our pockets, we've got all our things. Now we're going to put our photo flips in there. I just thought it would be really pretty to, and I'm staggering the colors between the pink and the green, you know, like so. Okay, we're going to start at the top. I'm going to fold I've scored it at half, and of course, you know, take off that little, just barely a little bit, because you want that to be not in the way, okay? All right, so since this is what I'm starting out with the pink, I'm going to put our tape here, okay? Now you can stack these all together and then tape them and put them down all at one thing. You can. I'm not doing that in this one particularly because I'm giving a little bit of space in between them. So it's all up to you however you want to do that. When you're putting them all in at one time, it's really handy to just tape them up and then put your tape runner between there and then, you know, take it off as you go. I've done that before. And it's a nice way to do it. So I want to get this at the top, centered-ish at the top. And give that a second to grab before you start adding the other one. And the reason I didn't put any color, I didn't mat the hinge piece, well, this white, so that goes, you know. It works. I'm going to move this out of my way a little bit. Okay. Because I need the space. Okay. Yep. Just give it a good roll and let it have its time to sit down. Now for the next one, you're going to be putting it in here. And it'll be the same color this way, but when you turn it over, it'll be staggered colors. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's do this. All right. Yep. Like so. Okay. Then we're just gonna, it's just a simple fold it and stick it down kind of thing. What I do, I don't pay as much attention to the up here part. I pay more attention to the bottom and the sides. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to try to line this up centered-ish, right? Don't push it down real good. See if it's lined up down at the bottom and on the sides. If it's lined up on the sides and down at the bottom, that's really what you're worried about. Nobody's going to worry about if it's under here perfect, okay? I'm just lining them up that way, okay? So the next one is going to be this one, and you have the same here, but it'll be different color over here. See what I'm saying? Staggering the colors, I just thought it would be pretty. So, yep, that's what we're doing for this one. Each one you can do different. I mean, you can. So, I like photo flips. They do a lot. In any scrapbook journal, they do a whole lot, okay? They'll hold a lot of pictures. You can write on them. You can do whatever. And they just lay down pretty flat. The longer they're in there, the flatter they're gonna, they're gonna sink into their new life kind of thing. So it's nice. And you just put them down there. And on this particular kind, you're working more, you're looking at the bottom and the sides because you want that to line up. Okay, centered-ish. And if you can see, I'm leaving a little space in between, not a lot, but a little bit. And I just want to see that this is lined up with the sides because they're pretty square, so you want them to be lined up. Oh, I just moved that. Okay. Yeah, you just want them to be lined up on both sides. And then give it a good press down. Okay, one more. Here we go. Yep. Okay. I think these add so much to a scrapbook journal. And yeah, they're not hard to make. A lot of people get intimidated by them. They're not hard to make. They're really simple. And don't think you have to be perfect, because you don't. It's just, you know, and you can put more than what I'm putting. You can. It's just, I was going with space available kind of thing. I wanted it to be centered-ish again, above the pocket, and straight with its other pieces. Okay. All right. Now see how easy that is? So don't let waterfall, photo flips and things like that, don't let that intimidate you at all. At all. These are beautiful, super simple and easy. Yep. And when you put these in the pocket, they hold those flat. They will, but we're not going to put them in yet, okay? Because we still have to put this down on here, right? We're going to add this into here. Now, I haven't put a whole lot of trim on this because I am thinking about the bulk. So it's not got a lot. It's got a little bit on the pockets, okay? So next, we're just going to put our tape on the back of this and stick it down. This will have Velcro, okay? But we don't want to put my little cowboy. We don't want to put all our stuff in it until we get it down on the journal page. So yeah, we've got enough bulk in it with those photo flips, and the reason I went ahead and put those in before I put it down is that you're turning this whole journal every which way when you need to move it around to put the photo flips in. So it's, to me, easier to just turn this around than the whole thing. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so we're just going to give it a good press down. I did overlap that tape, but it was wider than 1 inch. And so anyways, we're just working with it, okay? Okay, so we're going to have to put it all down at one go, okay? So we have to be very careful, precise, all right? Precision here. Okay, let's get this tape off and get a good smattering of glue on this, because if you need to move it around, you need the glue to be there. So, yeah. All right. Now let me turn this tape. If you've got any hangover on your tape, you know, turn it over. Turn it in. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Let's get some glue on here. Edges are very important to get the glue on. I'm pretty sure I got the edges with the tape, but just in case, you know, just in case, you want a little extra there, just because. Okay, all the edges covered really good. And then just, yeah, cover it really good with the glue, so that if it doesn't go down just right, you can move it. You've got a few seconds to pick it back up and reposition it if you put glue on here. If you just use the tape, you know, I feel for you. I do. Okay, now I'm going to try to turn this way and get some stuff out of my way. Out of my way. Okay. Yep, you can see. All right, I'm going to try to not get my hands in the glue so much. and put this down straight-ish, right? Okay, right, straight-ish. Open it up, give it a good press everywhere, on all the edges, If the glue squidges out, I'm okay with that. It just means I got enough in there. Let's give it a good roll around, and yeah. Okay. Now, we don't want to give it any kind of pressure for a little bit. Just give it a minute, right? Okay. Leave this over here. Make sure there's no glue squidging out, making a mess. It can get mucky if it does that over here. So, yeah. Okay, now we've got time to go ahead and, and put our stuff in here. Sure we do. Yep, it fits right in. Okay, it fits right in. All right, now we've got some really cute bookmarks. I've got this one is going to be the one that hangs out, because I think that's pretty. And then I got a couple little cowboys in there because, you know, we've got, see, this little girl here is on that bookmark. And those are all freebies. I think I did them last week. There's something catching in there. Okay, then we've got that, and that hangs out pretty, right? Okay, we've got a few little things that I thought we could stick in here, like so, because there's a cowboy in that. And we've got this guy. We got the pony. I might stick him on here. One of the journal cards, because that's too cute, right? This was a freebie too. I think this was in one of the Friday freebies. Don't ask me which one. One of them. Probably the same one with these guys. Or this guy. This guy wasn't a freebie. This guy was in the kit. Okay? Okay. Now, he's going to be my my tab guy to open the page. You don't have to have, you know, anything to open the page. You can, you just don't have to, but I just thought he's cute, right? So, why not, right? Okay, yeah. Then you can just, you know, open the page with him. It's too cute. Okay, now, I also can have one in here. Maybe I'll stick him on the notebook, because his paper clips going the other way. So, yeah. Yep, I do like these. I'm really having a lot of fun with them. You can stick them on there. And that's always an option. I'm going to stick him here for now. For now. Okay, I need some Velcro. We've used all of our stuff now. Haha, I need some Velcro. So let me find, I'm using the bigger Velcro for this because, yep, it just needs the bigger one. There's plenty of room there to do that with. Okay, that one. And this, like so. And look at that. Folds right over and does what it's supposed to do. And we have plenty of room. Make sure you give yourself room on this. 1/4 inch at least, okay? To have your fold over and have it work right, okay? Is that adorable or what? It's adorable. That's what it is. Okay, we've got that one and we've got this one. Too cute, right? Yeah, too cute. Okay. Adorable. It doesn't take that long, guys. It's just, do this. It's so pretty. You can have it as a standalone or put it on a page or make it a pocket and put it on the page. Whatever you want to do. I thought it would be stronger if I put it flat down. We did it. Yay! Okay. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. TTFN.